It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. Welcome to the podcast where me, the Captain, talks about movies, TV, sports, flicks, anything you can see on the tuber screen. I like to get on here and give my unique perspective, because after 47 years of being on planet Earth, I've developed a unique perspective about these movies, TV, sports, and flicks, and I'd like to get on tell about it, because just maybe you care. And according to the stats, it looks like you do care. I want to give a big shout out to Nigeria. Got some plays over in Nigeria this past week. Gracias, gratitude, Toraba. In Nigeria, I just read that your gas is going way up. I heard they canceled some kind of program you guys had to subsidize your gas, and so now gas is going up. I'm so sorry to hear that. The captain drives, I pay for gas. Yeah, it can be expensive for us, but I imagine yours is probably way more, and I know it sucks, and hopefully somehow they figure out how to make that better for you. I don't know enough about those kinds of things, so I have no input, but I hope your gas situation does improve. So thanks for listening. Gracias, gratitude. It's just FYI. Back in the day with school to be a radio DJ, but never got a job. I think I never got a job because I just didn't have enough energy. If I just would have had enough energy, maybe that would enable me to become a radio DJ. But I didn't. And it allowed me to become the greatest podcaster in the Matrix. Some to debate might be true, might not be true. But I said it on the internet, so it's gotta be true, right? Because everything on the internet is facts, not facts, true, false, propaganda, fake news, the Matrix, cold, heat, water, snow, ice, sun, trees, grass. I don't know. I didn't make the internet. Ask the people that made the internet. So when you're online, just beware, just watch out. Anyways, I can ramble all day, but I won't. Let's get right into the podcast. But first, a word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, do you drink coffee in the morning? Maybe you do. Well, if you drink coffee in the morning, I'm sure you like your morning to be good. You might like to have a good morning. I know I do. And in some parts of the world, they say, Buenos dias, good morning, right? Have coffee, Buenos dias, in some parts of the world. So if you like to wake up with coffee and you want to have a good morning, or Buenos dias, maybe you want a coffee mug that says Buenos dias on it. Well, if you do, we got a coffee mug over the existing fixtures as a store that says Buenos dias, good morning, in Spanish. So if you dig that and you want one, I'll put a link below to the Buenos Dias coffee mug over the existing fixtures at the store. So check it out. Now, let's get on with the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back again. And you may be able to tell by my voice that the captain is just slightly suboptimal. Yeah, that's the language I'm used to describe it. I'm suboptimal. I'm not 100% optimal. I'm suboptimal. Right? Yeah. And I've been feeling suboptimal the last couple days. Actually, the last podcast I did, I was very suboptimal. And I still did the podcast because I still show up. But I'm still feeling the effects of that suboptimality. Is that a word? It might or might not be. I just made that up. Regardless of the language, I'm still feeling the effects of it. But I'm still showing up. Because even with my suboptimal voice and suboptimal standing, I'm still showing up, because when you're on the path to expand your mind, showing up is necessary, bro. You kinda gotta do it. There'll be moments in your life where you're like, bro, I'm feeling suboptimal. I don't want to show up. I ain't going to that job. I ain't going to that appointment. I ain't doing this, that. I ain't doing my homework. I ain't gonna fill up them balloons. Maybe sometimes you gotta fill balloons up and you gotta show up. Well, guess what? You ain't showing up to do that. Filling up balloons. Just whatever you do, just you feel suboptimal and you're not showing up. Well, around these parts, at the Captain Talks Flicks podcast, even if we feel suboptimal, we kind of under the David Goggins mentality, like, bro, let's show up. And that's all we do. Just show up, right? Yeah, that's what we do. So if you're like me and you keep showing up, bravo. Let's get things accomplished. Just make things happen. Now, there may be moments of time when I won't show up, but this was not one of those moments of time. And ladies and gentlemen, even though I was suboptimal, I made some slow cooker ravioli. Ladies and gentlemen, this slow cooker ravioli was the best ravioli I've had in my entire life. And I've had the canned ravioli, I've had the frozen ravioli, I've had other people make ravioli, but this ravioli that the captain made in the slow cooker was the absolute greatest ravioli I ever ate. And I made a lot of ravioli. I'm serious. I just keep making fantastic recipes. Now, this is not a brag, because you can do it too. All you need is a slow cooker, and all you need are magnificent recipes. If you're able to get a slow cooker and magnificent recipes, and of course ingredients, then you can have magnificent ravioli or magnificent whatever. It's all that easy. Some people think like, I can't cook. I don't know how to cook. You can cook magnificently with a slow cooker. I've talked about the slow cooker on this podcast numerous times because it never lets me down. 99% of the time I make something in a slow cooker, it is absolutely magnificent. So if you're not hip to the slow cooker, I'm letting you know, level up your cooking game. Just put it in a slow cooker, let it cook, eat it like 5 hours later, whatever hours later, and it's absolute fantastic food. So notice, yes, I made ravioli in the slow cooker. And one last thing, over the existing fixtures of the store, we do have a hat and a apron that says Master of the Slow Cooker. Because if you already know about the slow cooker and you've obtained master level and you want to show it off on an apron, we got one. I won't even put a link to the store below, but if you've been to the store before, you'll see it over there. So anyways, yeah, I made slow cooker ravioli and it was fantastic. It was good, even though I was suboptimal. Yeah, I did that. But now it's time to get into the subject of the podcast. And this week, I'm going to talk about something that I've been observing, I've been experiencing, I've seen, I've studied, I've read about, exploring, looking at, analyzing, thinking about for long periods of time, experimenting with, it's just a lot of different thoughts about this particular subject, concept, idea, philosophy, whatever, ideology, whatever you call it. And I'm talking about digital connection, right? Because like the last, 9, 10 years, maybe longer, 15 years, with all the social media stuff, all this YouTube, all these Zoom, all these ways to interact with human beings in unconventional, unnormal ways, through screens. It's basically taken over society. We're all doing it. Now, for a long time, I used to believe, and I'm on the fence with this, I'm not sure. I'm kind of still thinking about this. But it just a lot of that interaction, and no disrespect, I know this is a form of communication. I know texting is a form of communication. I know instant messaging is a form of communication. I know leaving comments on YouTube pages is a form of communication. I understand that ideas are being exchanged, but it's just not the same as talking to someone in real life with their real face. It's just not. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm from back in the day. Maybe I'm a dinosaur. I know people like to call us dinosaurs. You're a dinosaur because you're 47 years old. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Dinosaur, not dinosaur, old, young, whatever. I'm just saying that digital communication does not seem to be like real talking in real people's faces. I don't know. But lately, I've been exploring and wondering and thinking about, can it be, right? Now, I've seen on YouTube and I've read articles about right now, there's like an epidemic of loneliness in the United States, but across the globe. It seems as these internet tools are supposed to bring us closer together. Social media is supposed to connect us. We're feeling lonelier. That's what the experts are saying. This is not the captain saying it. These are experts with titles and degrees and study this like hardcore. Not just some random YouTube person saying, these are experts, bro. These are saying this. They're writing articles, writing research papers. They're doing videos where these are experts saying this. That people are just getting lonely, right? Even with all the social media connecting, with all this Zoom, all this, it's just, people are still lonely, right? So, but okay, that being said, maybe we're lonely. But in this lonely era where we're lonely people, can you use these digital social media, digital screen connections to connect in a way that'll be fulfilling to you as much as a real human being. Now, you asked me before, I like absolutely no way. But as using these social media tools myself and having conversations and talking and experiencing different things through the tube, through sound, sight, video, space, and time, I feel that maybe that might not be 100% true. I talked to some young people a couple months ago, and they were telling me like the internet is almost as real as real life, right? A couple people telling me, these were all young people telling me this, like, it's like real life. And I was like, yeah, really? Seriously? Is it? I don't think so. But I don't know. Is it? Maybe it is. Maybe you can really feel real emotions through screens, through texts, through instant messages, through Instagram, through Twitters. Wait, no, I think it probably is true. Because a lot of people will look at their phone and read things people say and they'll get mad about it, like seriously furious. So I guess real feelings and emotions can be provoked. Okay, but so the phone and screens can make you angry, okay? But can you feel connection? Can you feel like intimacy? And I'm not talking watching corn. Corn is not intimacy. That's just lust, bro. Corn is lust. I'm not talking lust. I'm talking real intimate connection, connectivity. Can you? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert. I don't even know at all. I wouldn't even consider myself lonely. Now, by the statistics and by the data, and if you study my life and analyze my demographics, someone might try to label me that. But I tell you right now, day to day in a doubt, I'm happy, feel great all the time. Well, not all the time. Like I said, I'm subpar today. But most of the time, I'm feeling great. All the time. Majority of the time, feeling fantastic. Even though the data may say you should feel this way, but I don't. But I know a lot of other people are feeling that way. And so maybe what needs to happen is why these people are lonely and they can't connect. And another thing I've been reading about, watching videos about too, is these experts are saying that men and women are just not connecting and dating like they used to. Now, as a 47-year-old person, I can definitely say that is true because I have way fewer dates in the last decade than I had in my 20s, 30s, whatever, right? It may be because I'm old, but this is happening to young people too. It's not just old people, it's young people too. I'm not sure what's going down. But in an age where people don't date and they don't connect like that no more, can you use the digital in place to get those same things that are needed out of that? I'm not sure. And if you can, should we? Let's say you can do it. Should we be doing that? Or maybe we should lean back and going back to more human connection and interaction. I don't know. I don't move society. I don't shape society. I have no say whatsoever. I don't know which way the ship is going. I have no say. I'm just riding on this ship. But anyone that has sway and has say and has ability and has the ability to shift this ship, where do you think we should go? Should we just embrace the digital connection because everyone's lonely and no one dates? Or should we go back to more interpersonal connection? I'm not an expert. I have no idea. I'm just talking about it because I thought about it. And interesting enough, I was listening to a song all day today. And the song was stuck in my head. And I'll just let you kind of guess or think or imagine what the song might be. But this song was running in my head all day. And I thought about the song. And I was driving around and I drove to it. And I listened to it quite a bit. And I even listened to my head when I wasn't listening to it. It was just going over and over on repeat. And this song sparked this podcast. And I have no idea why I did that, but it did. Sometimes these are how the ideas flow. It's absolute madness. And I don't understand it, but this is what happened. A song that I listened to over and over again today sparked this podcast. Yeah, you guys are probably like, what song is that? I'm not telling. Guess. So anyways, that's all I want to talk about this week. So thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Godspeed, gratitude. And until next time. We'll see. The path to success is to take massive, determined action. Anthony Robbins. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks Flicks.